What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today is something new. I'm actually really excited for this series. I am doing exposing soft DFS line series. Obviously, today is going to be Dabble, but I'm going to try some different books. Guys, I've always seen these niche markets that are listed on DFS apps, like that, the big boy books would never list because quite frankly, they can't be super efficient, right? And I feel like all this niche stuff on DFS apps is you can find some really good stuff. So I'm gonna put my theory to the test, and every Monday through Friday, I'll be either making a pick on Dabble, Better, or Underdog, and hey, I might even try some different ones. But I think that over a large sample size, obviously, you're parlaying stuff, so you'll have some days that they'll be spot on with one, not with something else, and that will suck. But I think that over a super long sample size, we'll be able to do pretty damn good on these. So putting it to the test. But first of all, guys, if you do want to join me on this journey, starting with Dabble, use code BETTN when you deposit, and you'll get 25 free to join with. So if you guys are new, sign up on Dabble if you want to join me. Like I said, man, I guess we'll see over time, but they have some really niche markets listed, and I think that you can be pretty plus EV on this. So if you do want to join along, like I said, use code BETTN, BETTIN, and they'll give you $25 when you deposit. All right, enough said. Time to rip the play. I am going with Joel Embiid over 5 free throw attempts. So 5 on the dot. If he gets 5, it's a push. And then Keon Ellis over 4.5 field goal attempts. So guys, this payout is 2-1. If you're unfamiliar with DFS, it's 2-1 plus 200. That's just what I put. I typically am a $100 guy. I'm starting off with a quarter. Obviously, since these are plus 200, you typically stake less anyways, but I'm starting off a little bit slow. Who knows? Maybe we'll scale up if these truly are just terrible lines. All right. So Keon Ellis, he started last game. He just happened to get into foul trouble. He only played 18 minutes. He's their best point of attack defender by far, for the Kings, especially with Keegan Murray out. And obviously, guys, Oklahoma City has Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Okay, guys, so like I said, Keon Ellis started last game with the Shai stuff. I do think he's going to play around 26 minutes. So if we just go for his career here on, we're looking at Props Madness now. Averaging 21.4 minutes for his career. We can scroll over a little bit and go to field goal attempts. 5.1 field goal attempts per 21 minutes. You do the math on that. He's a 6.2 field goal attempts per 26 minutes guy. Now, next, we can go to head-to-head versus OKC. Obviously, very similar team, similar scheme. They're allowing a ton of catch-and-shoot stuff. Well, first of all, we could go down to last year. Like I said, they're doing the same shit. So spot up is Keon. Keon's just a spot up guy. He doesn't get usage, right? He just, he's a spot up guy. OKC absolutely forces the ball on out of top options hands on drives. 26 most points, and that's points, guys. I can guarantee you the field goal attempts was way higher than that to spot up guys because they're just a damn good defense, right? But we don't need Keon Ellis to make shots. That's the great thing about Dabble and these DFS apps, guys. We don't even need them to make shots. We just need them to take them. So 3 games against OKC last year, you can see down here 7.7 field goal attempts per game. And obviously his minutes did spike a little bit, but maybe that's good because they still had Shai last year. You need good point of attack people on there. So average 29 minutes, but let's just say he's going to play 26. That's 6.9 field goal attempts per 26 minutes against OKC. Last filter I do want to use. So if we go to last year's data, we can go to versus defensive dominant play type. So, right, we're using the spot up filter right here. So let's do bottom 10 spot up defenses. And as you can see here, just make this a max sample size. Let's type in 100. There we go. So now we got the whole season versus teams that are bottom 10 in defending spot ups or allowing volume to them. In this case, we can go to minutes. He averaged 26.3 minutes. So perfect. That's perfect for our minute projection. And then field goal attempts, 7.1 field goal attempts versus the season average, right, of just 5.8. So look, man, this kind of checks every single box. 4.5 field goal attempts, dude. Like I said, I do think he's closer to 7 here. I think 7's a good projection for Keon. Getting a 4.5 line, love to see that. Let's quick head over to Philly versus Washington, going over to Joel Embiid and the the big thing here with Embiid is, the minute restriction, right? Minute restriction. He's played 20 minutes on the dot. Like I said, guys, I mean, so I have a couple things about that. So that means that 20 could be a ceiling, yes, but it also absolutely is a floor. So if you go to last year and then just scroll over to FTA, Joel Embiid, the free throw merchant. We have to have Joel Embiid in this shit, right, guys? But he averaged 8.9 free throw attempts, and then he averaged last year for minutes 30.2. So if you do the math on that, guys, Joel Embiid was at 5.9 free throw attempts per 20 minutes. But like I said, so I wouldn't be shocked if he goes up to like 22 or 24 here. He was complaining about, his short stints and his overall minutes last game. He said he doesn't like it. So yeah, man. And also, like, he's not going to be at 20 minutes on the dot forever. It is game 3 now. Maybe he does get up to 22, 24, and then that would bring that up to like 6.5 or something. But matchup against the Wizards, obviously, I would say they are a slightly better team. They are still super young. They definitely don't have the refs respect. And that's a big thing with free throws, right? So super young team, undisciplined, all that. Wizards allowed the 3rd most free throws per game last year. You can see they ranked 28th in free throws attempted allowed. His primary matchup is going to be Alex Sarr. Guys, Alex Sarr is definitely like a younger player, undisciplined, definitely someone who Joel can bait and get to the stripe on. So, yes, the free throw attempts have been down. It's a little bit of buy low. Only had 2 last game. Got to the stripe 5 times last game against the Hornets. I think that just game by game, Joel's just going to get better and better. Minutes are going to go slightly up. Game 3 now versus Alex Sarr and the Wizards. I think that Joel, all we need is him to get. So if we gets 5 free throws, obviously, guys, free throws come in 2s unless it's an and 1. But yeah, I think that we get like 6 or 8 free throw attempts here from Joel. So taking his over 5, and obviously 5 would be a push. But yeah, also it's a back-to-back. Maybe you have some Maxey Edgecombe tired legs. Probably not. They're both young as hell. But Joel sat. Think they go to him early and often. Hopefully he just gets like 6 free throws like in the first quarter. That would be awesome. But yeah, guys, Joel Embiid over 4.5 free throw attempts. Like I said, guys, this is on Dabble. Make sure to use code Benton. It'll get you $25 when you deposit. Like I said, these are not field goal attempts and free throw attempts. This stuff, so you're not going to find this on books. It's DFS, and that's why I'm trying to do it, because the books don't list the stuff for a reason. And, I think that these are very exploitable markets. So we're going to try out this new series and see how it goes. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you're new to this channel, drop a like, hit the sub button, follow me on this journey. Like I said, I'm going to be doing it Monday through Friday. Should be a whole lot of fun, and excited to see, what our results are, doing these lines. So we'll see. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow.